Welcome back to the channel. UEFA Champions League quarterfinal is Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Last time these two teams met, Bayern beat Arsenal 5-1 in both legs. Müller is one of the few players that scored in that game and he still plays for Bayern Munich. Now, let's talk about how both teams got to this stage of the tournament. Bayern Munich had to overcome a one-goal deficit against Lazio, beating Lazio at home 3-0. Meanwhile, Arsenal had to also overcome a one-goal deficit. They scored one at home, went to prolongations, and they beat FC Porto through penalty kicks 4-2. Now, let's talk about some key players. Saka, Odegaard, Havertz, Rice. Rice will be very essential for Arsenal because he has the defensive role protecting the back four. Bayern Munich, Kane. You guys remember Harry Kane for Tottenham? He has scored 14 goals against Arsenal in the EPL. That's the most of any players in the EPL. Müller, another important player, he scored in that 5-1 demolition some years ago when they played Arsenal in UEFA Champions League competition. You also have players like Sané, who's played against Arsenal in his time in the EPL. Bayern Munich has not been very good this year in the Bundesliga. However, we know that Champions League action and league action are two different things, and they have the experience. They have players in their team that have won the Champions League recently. So Arsenal normally is going into this game as an underdog. There's another factor that's not a usual factor. UEFA has a ban levied on the Bayern Munich traveling supporters. So the Emirates is going to be full of Arsenal fans. This could be a factor for Arsenal because they play the home game. The first tie is played in London. So it will be very important for Arsenal to take some type of a league to Munich because Munich is not an easy place to play. Let's have a look at the managers, Arteta versus Tuchel. Tuchel was a former coach of Chelsea in the EPL. Arteta, however, has a slight advantage. They've played 5 games against each other. Arteta has won 3, Tuchel has won 2. Tuchel, however, carries UEFA Champions League experience. Arteta has never been in this stage of the competition. Tuchel has won the UEFA Champions League with Chelsea. So this will be a tough tactical battle with both coaches going against each other. 2 weeks is far enough for Bayern Munich to actually overcome the bad form that they have been having. Recently, I'm talking about in the Bundesliga, because against Arsenal, it's going to be a very competitive game. I know recently, as I just said, in this competition, it was Bayern Munich that overwhelmed Arsenal, but Arsenal is a totally different team now. Very energetic team, young team as well. In the EPL, they are the third youngest team. In the Champions League, also they are also a young team, but without experience. But they are a very energetic team. They play as a team, and I think they are more balanced than Bayern Munich. And that's why in this game I'm giving Arsenal a chance. But as I said earlier, Arsenal must take some type of an advantage when they play at home and when they go back to face Bayern Munich a week after in Munich. That will be very important. A player like Havertz, he's been very good with Arsenal. Although he started the season, so many critics, but we see how hardworking and how physical he is. Arsenal is dangerous on set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks. Bayern Munich, they are very good to turn defense into offense. They have fast players like Sané that can break you. Then I also spoke about Harry Kane, Müller. These are players very good in tight spaces. In my opinion, I think Arsenal can go ahead and win this tie. So in this game, I will favor Arsenal to upset Bayern Munich. What do you guys predict? What do you guys see? Please like, comment, and share. Let's talk about this game. It's going to be a brilliant one because both teams are very offensive minded teams. They like to build up from back and they like possession. But it's what you do with possession. And a week before that game, Arsenal will also have a tough game against Manchester City in their league. How will that affect Arsenal? Bayern Munich is now second. I know they don't have any intentions of winning the league because Leverkusen is actually flying high. The difference is huge, but they are also fighting for that Champions League position because these two teams would like to keep the momentum. Momentum is actually good. So when you win your league games, that might carry up into the Champions League. Now, thanks for watching 19.5 presented to you by True Light.